Wisdom here. It is, what is it, Wednesday nights, and it is just before 10:30. I'm in shock that I'm home and I've eaten supper. It is strange. I left before dark tonight. I did last night too. The problem is I had to run some errands, so I had to go up my, apparently it was my last good pair of jeans just got trashed at work. And I had to get new jeans. I needed a haircut, needed groceries was the main thing. And then late last week, my trimmer died. And so basically you run it across your face and it just like pulls and tugs, and that's not good. So I had to do all that last night. I wound up eating supper about 10:45, so I'm making fantastic headway tonight. I was so tired last night I didn't even bother to do anything. But I've got Buckshot reset. Tonight I'm going to record his scapegoat path, which I have high hopes for. I think it will be better than the top path, Arrows Away. But what I want to do, this is going to be the Saturday video, but I want to get on it because I might use this guy in Shellmont Shores, because I have to get Buckshot Sky Chi, because Sky Chi is such a wonderful addition to this game. And that said, I think I created this guy with you either on stream or in a video recently. But there's the big reveal if you missed that. This is going to be like my default Imaginator, at least Brawler-wise. The problem I have right now is the stats have changed, and I'm not sure why. So what I'm going to do, I've got my spreadsheet all made out for air and earth brawlers at this point in time, to the extent that I can. But when you put, for the very, very first time, a creation crystal onto the portal of power, and you create your, whether you randomize it or pick your stuff out, you've got default numbers, right? So his health is 350. That's what it was when I first put him on. And the thing that I'm trying to figure out that I'm not quite getting, the only thing that I can think of that might have possibly changed it is I've already bought the soul gem, but I don't understand why that would increase anything. Nonetheless, here below Air Brawler level 1, you've got the Air Element logo and the Bro Fist for Brawler. You've got attack at 15, armor at 4, speed at 17, and luck at 6. When I first created this guy, and again, I think it's in a video somewhere. If anyone knows, feel free to reference and link it. But we've got attack is at 10, so it's gone up 5 for reasons unknown to me. The armor is the same at 4. The luck is the same at 6. The speed is plus 10 now. Box stock, when I first created this guy, it was 7. Now it's at 17, and I don't know why. I just went through. There's no gear on this person. There's nothing that adds to it. The other thing, which again, this is super great for everyone. My watch is critically low. Oh, it's dead. Great. This is great for everybody because any brawler that you create, it doesn't matter what element it is, it doesn't matter when you create them, they come default with the brass knuckles. The brass knuckles, I think I logged it here. Well, it's actually, the technical name is the 3-ball punch, which you and I would know them as brass knuckles. It is common and it is plus 2 attack. So realistically, a brawler has an attack entity number of 8. Since they come default with the 3-ball punch, it adds plus 2, which gets them to 10. There's no way for me to take that off. I guess it's kind of unique since it's a brawler. It just comes with it. Who knows? But anything else here, like if I go up to the chain, you can see it's plus 3 attack and plus 3 armor. And that is being indicated there. So I guess if we equip it, let's try this because I haven't actually done it. We should be 16 and 7? Yeah, we are. So I'm going to go back here. You see that's kind of a cool thing they did, so you can just fly through it, sort of like in a Need for Speed mod situation. -1, -3, box stock, in other words. That's what I want to be. But what I don't get, we've gone plus 5 on attack and plus 10 on speed, and I don't know how. So that's kind of thrown this entire thing for a loop. If anyone has any ideas, feel free to let me know. I think he looks pretty good, though. Like I said, anytime I get to creating things, I wind up liking what I make. So that's how it goes. But we'll back out of there. And what I want to do now, I should have said this at the start, but what I'm doing in this video, no one has done it. I've had a few people tell me that people started to do it and then they just like quit. It was overwhelming, it was too expensive, they got burned out on it. By gosh, I'm going to do it. If there's one person in the Skylanders community that's going to actually go through every frickin' single Imaginator crystal and battle class combination, logging the attack, damage, and statistics as we go, you would be left with me. And that's what I've intended to do. I wanted to go through and do all of the Sensei characters. There's been such a lull between Chompy Mage and Robo in the Lost Imaginite Mine expansion pack that I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I'm going to be at that point. And what I want to do is go ahead and throw this video out there, kind of get feedback from people, because it's going to have to be like a start and a stop. For example, in Trap Team, when I would do villainography, we would come in and we would showcase the box stock Blastertron, and then we would evolve Blastertron and show that scene, and then we would go over his aesthetics and go over his improved attack damage numbers. In the event with Imaginators, we've got several different unlocks. It seems like level 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be what we have to monitor. And then you've got some powers locked behind a Soul Gem. And then you've got powers locked behind defeating a Doomlander, and you also have powers locked behind having a Sensei of said class. So, the problem you've got is there's no way, the way the game is structured, for me to come in and keep this guy at level 1 and fully document everything. So, let's come in here, alright? We've got weapon power, that's what they refer to this as. There's 1 and 2. You've got Boxer and you've got Bruiser. I know what they do. I've got them logged. You're about to see it. Elemental power. This is where we start to get complicated in terms of Skylanders research. So we've got Storm Cloud and we've got Twisting Tornadoes. Now, I can document these two. I've got the numbers in the spreadsheet already, and they are fine at level 1. However, as you can see, Shockingly Swift Step and then Toucan Zap You unlock respectively at levels 3 and level 5. The catch is, in order for me to document Shockingly Swift Step, I have to get our Air Element Brawler to level 3. Issue there, when he is at level 3, Twisting Tornadoes and Storm Cloud will do increased attack damage. Similarly, just between Shockingly Swift Step and Toucan Zap You, we've got a bump in level of 2, which of course increases your attack statistics, which changes the attack damage numbers, and we're left with that as our quandary. Now, level 5 is as high as we have to go, which is good. That'll be somewhat attainable. You can level up pretty quick early on. So, being the numbers person with the spreadsheets, it's a little daunting right now because I don't know what people would prefer. Part of me says, okay, you're going to document Storm Cloud and Twisting Tornadoes at level 1, box stock, and then you'll just simply document this at level 3, and then you'll document this at level 5, and you're done. So if this attack does 7 to 9, this does 10 to 15, this does 12 to 18, and this does 15 to 23. That's what I would put. The catch is, a bigger part of me says, we can't do that because Toucan Zap You isn't unlocked until level 5, and let's say that it does 40 to 60. If I have that in the spreadsheet, everyone looks at Toucan Zap You and they're like, oh god, that's so much better than all of these other loser attacks. But the catch is, where this might do 10 to 15 box stock, by the time I get to level 5, let's say that it's also doing 40 to 60. Then a person could pick like, hey, I'm a weather buff, I love thunder and lightning, I want to use that. Or someone could say, well, since they do the same damage and I kind of like birds, I want to use Toucan Zap You. And so I'm thinking there might be multiple spreadsheets for these guys. Is kind of what I'm getting at. I can set it up however people would prefer it best, but it's not fair to showcase and say Toucan Zap You is 40 to 60, And then I have these at their level 1 entities. There's no way for me to have Toucan Zap You doing 8 to 12 at level 1 because I have to be level 5 before we can get it. And something people still don't grasp in Imaginators, they've radically changed things. And it's a huge benefit to everyone except me, pretty much. As you level up, it's not just your health goes up, you know, and you do the same damage numbers, your attack damage goes up. So if you're shooting with buckshot and I complain about, you know, the 18 to 27 or something, by the time he's level 10, that 18 is going to increase quite a bit, in fact. And so in order to be fair to 3 out of the 4 upgrades, I feel like they all need to be documented at level 5. On the flip side, since this is available at level 3 and these are available box stock, I feel like we also need to denote that. So the bottom line, what could be really, really simple is now complex because I have to take notes of increasing damage numbers as we progress in our levels through the game. So I hope that makes sense to you. It's pretty basic, but it's just a thing where I can do everything at level 5, and we can just call that good. But at the same time, if you come in and you're looking at my spreadsheets or you're watching a level 5 fire brawler, and you're like, man, you know, I've got this upgrade, and it doesn't do that much damage. People just... A casual player isn't going to sit there and be like, oh, he's level 5, that's why he's doing more damage. They're going to come in and they're going to say, man, you suck, you're a horrible YouTuber, your numbers don't match mine. You know, that's what you get left with. And I don't want that. So I want to do as good a job as possible, but it's also complicated. Secret techniques. As you can see here, we need a level 2 and then a level 4, which further complicates things, of course. But it is cool that they set it up where level 2, 3, 4, 5, you get something. And then I think... Secret technique 3, right here, Wave Fist. You have to defeat the Brawler, Doomlander, you know, Chaos's Brawler. Then, with Dashing Uppercut, you have to have a Brawler Sensei. So someone could conceivably go out and they could get, I don't know, buy the game used maybe, and not have a Brawler. Or maybe they gave Kingpin from their starter pack to a buddy because they really wanted Pinata or something. But there could be instances where people do not have a matching sensei and therefore don't have access to the secret technique, you know. So that's kind of interesting as well. But past that, then you get to your soul gem. And the soul gem, of course, you have to find just like you would the soul gem for Buckshot or Blastertron, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do, though, is come in here at level 1 and take it in stride as best we can. So none of the other videos will really have this like 13-minute introduction clip. But I'm looking for feedback in terms of, do you want to see what this does right now, or do you want me to just get this character to level 5 and then document everything from there? That would be way, way easier. The problem is we're not really being thorough in that case. But in terms of why the attack has gone from 10 to 15 and my speed has bumped up 10, I cannot for the life of me figure it out. I plopped him down on the portal and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm home early tonight. I can do Buckshot after this. I'll have this ready to go for Saturday. Then I'll come in and record Buckshot right after this. Have it up tomorrow. I was like, wait, he's not supposed to be level 15 on the attack. What gives? Did I accidentally level him up somewhere? And the answer is no. He's still level 1. I don't know what happened. I'm tempted to throw down my Earth Brawler right now, actually. You know what? In fact, since this is the introduction to this entire phase of the game, the Earth Brawler looks exactly like this, just with Earth tones, by the way. So what we're looking for, and I will tell you right now, the Air and the Earth Brawler had the exact same statistics. 350 health, 10 attack, 4 armor, 7 speed, 6 luck. And he came standard with the 3-ball punch, which was plus 2 attack as well. So let's see if he's gone up as well.
Check out my muscles.
Alright, so I'm standing up. I might be farther from the mic.
Think you can improve on this? Hey, be my guest.
He did. Why? I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. Well, that's strange.
Look who's back in action.
Tell you what, when I'm done with buckshot, I might throw down a fire crystal and see what happens there. I don't know if it's because I created another brawler. I don't have a clue. I really don't. There was no explanation for it. So that said, I think I've got this guy set up with default stuff. So weapon power 1, or boxer, is basically this. This is a lot like what you see when I play as Sir Skellington, my first ever Imaginator. You sort of got like a 1-2 and then a bit of an uppercut. So the way it works, it's going to be 29 to 44 3 times, and then the uppercut is 52 to 78 on the 4th hit. So 1, 2, 3 up, and you'll see 29, 29, 29, 52, or criticals thereof. There you saw it. So 29 3 times, 52 as your final hit there. And I would have to say this is spammable. There's just a slight pause after the finishing move or the uppercut. Check out how cool his little profile picture is down there in the corner. That's pretty neat. Elemental power 1, just to save time, I would keep in mind, okay, so this is primary, and then this is going to be secondary, okay? It is the Storm Cloud. I freaking love it. As you can see, you might guess why, but so the Storm Cloud, and this is going to be something else I'll mention now, like Boxer and then Bruiser that I'll reset to here in a second, which you can do free of charge on the fly anytime you want, which is fantastic. It's a kind of like Skylander Tutor in a way. But, that is going to be the same for any element brawler. Okay, so my earth guy, he's gonna have boxer and bruiser. You can throw down a light or a dark crystal. Whatever you do, that attack, your primary, is going to be the same. You just simply pick boxer or bruiser. So you could technically create this exact same Imaginator, and you could have an entirely different moveset. So if you find something that you really, really love and you can't decide if you want to do this or the bruiser moves, I'll show you in a second, you could conceivably create the exact same Imaginator and just assign them different moves. It's kind of crazy to do so, but hey, whatever floats your boat, right? Elemental power 1 for an air element brawler is the Storm Cloud. You get a lightning strike that does 40 to 60, and then the Storm Cloud, as you saw there, it actually seeks out enemies, but if you were to have someone point blank range, it will do 40 to 60 3 times. So basically we're doing 40 to 60 4 times, once from the lightning, 3 from the cloud. Case in point, we're going to stand right here on top of the dummy and hit him. Oh, well, with the secondary attack. There's lightning, there's 1, there's 2, and there is 3, and then it dissipates. As you can see there, it has pretty legit range as well, so nothing to complain about there. And I guess I can showcase the secret technique. So this is called Wave Fist, and it is, I guess, secret technique number 3. It's weird that I have this before we have 1 and 2, which are level 2 and level 4 upgrades, but just bear with me. We'll figure it all out in due time. For this one, again, you've got to defeat the Brawler Doomlander. But it's going to actually do 35 to 53 on impact, and then 9 to 14 damage over time 4 times, if you're close enough. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's what we were looking for. 35 to 53 on impact, 9 to 14 4 times. What I will do now is switch all 3 of these, primary, secondary, and tertiary, to their other options at this point. So, our weapon power, you just saw Boxer. We're going to showcase Bruiser now. Bruiser, very, very similar. It's just kind of more of the slow and methodical, kind of like a... Terrafin would be the Boxer, and Graveclobber would be the Bruiser, if that helps anyone out. Weapon power 2, though, we're going to do 32 to 48 2 times, 40 to 60 40 to 60 again, and then 115 to 173 as the finishing move, or the hammer, if you will. So basically 32 to 48 twice, 40 to 60 twice, and then 115 to 173. In our elemental power section, if you switch Stormcloud to Twisting Tornadoes, which again, box stock, you have access to both of these, press B to create powerful tornadoes that track down targets. What these do is 18 to 27 damage, but they're capable of doing that much damage 10 times. The thing is, you can have 2 tornadoes active at a time, and that's 18 to 27 10x times 2, which is pretty serious on the damage front. Our secret technique, we're going to come in and take a look at that. This was Wave Fist. It's what I refer to as secret technique number 3. Again, if you get the game, let's say tomorrow, you're probably going to make Imaginators, and you would realistically level them up to level 5 before you're defeating the Brawler Doomlander or getting their Soul Gem. So mine is kind of unique in this case, and we're just going to be able to showcase at level 1, so that's what I'll do. But Wave Fist, once again, 35 to 53 on impact, 9 to 14 4 times after the fact. So we will now select Dashing Uppercut. You should be pretty familiar with this because I use it all the time with Sir Skellington. Press Y to push, and then damage enemies with a charge before you uppercut them. The way this works, there's a push wave, which I've never really seen it do damage to anyone, but then the uppercut itself is 86 to 129, which is pretty awesome. So I did select that, right? Yes. So let's start there. Let's do our... Cool. Let's do our Dashing Uppercut. You can see the push, but I just never see it do damage. So look for the uppercut. You're going to see 86 or 129. Even point blank range, if you're like, hey, well, that didn't do anything because you were too far away, it doesn't register snot. You just get 86 to 129. So this is our tertiary secret technique, if you will. It's the Dashing Uppercut. Our secondary attack, or Elemental Power 2, is the Twisting Tornadoes. There it goes. It's pretty fast, but again, it will seek the enemies out 18 to 27 10 times. Coolest thing. Oh, there were 2 that time. So it spawns 2, I guess. It's been a while since I've done this. It doesn't look like it would be potent, but watch this. Yeah, now you can appreciate that, right? So 18, just to give you an example, 10 times is 180, and then you've got 2 tornadoes, so that alone would be 360. And then of course the critical from 2 tornadoes hitting every single time, 540. That's pretty serious damage numbers right there, I've got to say. So the primary attack now, we're going to showcase Bruiser. It's the Weapon Power 2, and instead of doing the quick punches, you can sort of see we've got 1, 2, and then there's 3 and 4. So there's 32, 32, 40, 40, and 115. That's all one fluid move, the third one. So once again, you sort of got like backhand, backhand, spin around, and up. So that's where we're at with that. The Soul Gem, which I believe the Brawler Soul Gem is in Mushroom River, if I'm not mistaken. It is called Fists of Fury. And what button do we press for that? Can't remember. Is it right trigger, I think? Yeah, it looks like it. So, Fists of Fury. Press right trigger to unleash the ultimate Dempsey roll by punching your way forward through your enemies. So, Soul Gem has nothing to do with a defeating a Doomlander or having a Brawler or having another Imaginator. It's literally just like if we had Airstrike and Chompy Mage here. You have to go find the Soul Gem somewhere in the game. Once you've done that, you can purchase it. The cool thing, that is the only thing, and you do have to buy this. But the coolest thing maybe about Imaginators is that's the only money that you have to expend. All these others are box stock, or you unlock them. So this is level 3, that's level 5. This is level 4, that's level 2. And then right here, the soul gem, just like with regular Skylanders, Sensei, and Reformed villains, you have to spend 4,000. So that's really not too bad. I mean, when you look at a regular Skylander, you need like 14,200 to go through all the upgrades. This is just 4,000. So in the time it takes you to collect 14,200 for your regular Skylanders, you would have enough cash to get the soul gem 3 times over for an Imaginator. So let's take a look at that. It's kind of cool. It sounds the bell and then he just wails away, jumps up with an uppercut, but then has that finishing move. And the way this works out, you do 52 to 78 for all 5 of the initial hits, and then the smash down is 86 to 129. So listen again, sort of the night shift bell, if you will, and then you'll see the damage here. Boom. And it's got pretty good radius on the downswing, I have to say. Or ground pound, whatever you want to call it. But that is that. This is what will have to be part 1. Now, I could conceivably divide it and make this be like Air, Box Stock, Air, Imaginator, or Brawler research. But I am inclined to stop the video here. And I'll go get this guy up to level 2, and when I've done that, I can, and I might log it off camera, honestly. I don't know. This is my first time doing this, that's why I'm kind of looking for feedback in terms of what you would like to see. But like right here, once I get him to level 2, I can buy Megaton Punch. Now the catch with that, of course, is we can get baseline numbers for Megaton Punch because you cannot have it at any earlier, level, if you will. So it will, in fact, even though he's level 2 there and level 4 here, when we get Knockout Clap at level 4, that will, in fact, be the baseline numbers for Knockout Clap. What intrigues me about level 5, though, that is as high as you have. Once you've gotten an Imaginator to level 5, and you've defeated the Doomlander, you have a Sensei, you found the Soul Gem, you are good to go. Level 5 could be the baseline for everything. I can be here early on. Break down the increases, although I'm at a bit of a loss now because plus 5 attack and plus 10 speed has shown up, and I have no clue how or why. So, I think what I'll do is just... not sure what's going on there. I'll probably hop in here to the arena, and I'll just, as soon as I hit level 2, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to log his stats. I'm going to take a look at the... I don't know if I mean, seriously, if I do that thorough, we would have to document every single attack again at level 2, and then level 3, and then level 4, and then finally at level 5. Part of me is saying, get to level 2, assuming I can sometimes, especially early on, which sadly all of these will be, you can go from like level 1 to level 4, level 5, just with a serious batch of XP. And you can't really stop that. You can run away, but if it happens, it happens. And you might totally miss level 2, or you might go from 2 to 4 just instantly. And it's very, very difficult to manipulate like you would like. So I might try to log every single increase, every single new upgrade, level 2, 3, and 4, and 5's additions. Box stock, and then come through, make a new spreadsheet, and do the Imaginator at level 5. And just have... the 4, which is still stock for the armor, that should increase, between now and level 5, and just have the differentials. I'm not really sure. I'm going to piece this together. I'm going to make the spreadsheets. We're going to see what we can do with it, and I will take it from there. So, like I said, once we have an established format, I feel like I can breeze through these pretty good. But right now we're about at 30 minutes, which means I spent roughly 15 introducing the whole issue here, and then 15 on the upgrades, which if I could get through these in like 20 to 25 minutes, that'd be fantastic. So moving forward, once I know what people want, I think we attacks are, but and they should, My plan, if you're curious, we're going to come in, we're going to do Brawler. Just every single brawler. Air, earth, fire, life, magic, tech, undead, water, light, and dark. Why don't I insert light and dark alphabetically? Because I'm old school, and back in the day there were only 8 elements. So light and dark, they're 9 and 10. That's just the way it's going to be. So, but that's kind of my logic here. And I'll stop rambling now. I'll come in. I'll attempt to document these off camera at their respective levels of 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then at level 5, I'm going to come back here to the training grounds, fully document everything, come back with you, walk you through it. And then when the video is up, I hope people give me feedback. And for all I know, you may prefer just, hey, get these stupid guys to level 5, give us the attack damage number there. It's more than anyone else will do. And take it in stride. But the interesting thing, again, I can't stress this enough as I exit where I need to be.
Be my guest.
Every single brawler, your primary attack, weapon power as they call it, it's going to be the same. I don't care if it's fire, dark, life, magic, whatever. Right here, though, and this is where Imaginators, maybe you don't think to make a air brawler. Maybe you're more inclined to be like, wow, air quick shot, air sentinel. Man, it's got to be an air sorcerer, whatever your logic, or an archer. You might not have certain combinations. You're like, oh yeah, that's what we got to do there. So you could potentially be missing out on some pretty cool elemental powers. What I don't know, because again, every single character I have made thus far I've only done 2 legit, okay? We did Sir Skellington, Undead Brawler, and then I made Reset Me, the live quick shot troll, who I intended to make the banana quick shot of my dreams, but nobody wants me to reset me, ironically. So I don't have a direct comparison. I've never made another life Skylander, for example. If these turn out to be the same powers across the board, that'll be a little disappointing. It'll be easier to document. But I'm thinking that they might change a little, but I honestly don't know. So that's something I've still got to figure out yet. So, but this was my plan all along, was to go through the game, do my usual setup, and then move into the Imaginators at the end. So that's sort of what I'm doing. Again, we're going to finish up the senseis, but I wanted to get this out there. Just so I could get your feedback. But with that said, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to come in, splice onto the back side of this, and we should have a pretty comprehensive look at what we can do with a brawler from the air elements. So I will be back. Okay, so I didn't plan to record this. As you can see, we're level 2. And I'm afraid as soon as I exit this screen, we might rocket up to level 3. I will say, Chill Bill and Broccoli Guy, I so want both of those dudes. As the next generation of... I want them in Imaginators, but I would also love to see them like a talking version. I would pay good money for a talking broccoli guy with light up eyes. I don't know about you. That said, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make my spreadsheets nice and ugly. Our attack has gone up to 17. Which the issue I have is where the heck did the 15 come from? But armor has stayed the same, speed stayed the same, although it went up plus 10 somehow, and then luck went from 6 to 9. So I'm going to come in here, going to tab that L2, we're going to put an L1 here, and the health, okay, so here's the plan. I could care less if I take damage. I'm not trying to look nifty in the arena. I'm trying to log damage numbers. I'm also terrified. You know what? Can I just get out of here? Okay, there's a very good chance we could wind up at level 3 when I exit this screen. Run. Oh, go. Oh, it's good, it's good. Okay. So let's do it. Let's get was it an elemental? No, it would be a secret technique number 1. Megaton Punch. We're going to do this in real time. So press Y to wind up a supercharged punch to send enemies flying. Cool deal. Let's go ahead and I guess do I have to press Y? I guess? Yeah. Oh, you have to pay for it. Shame on you. That wasn't denoted anywhere. Oh, Lord. Well, this complicates things. Ignore what I said earlier in the video. That's really stupid. Oh, yeah. Megaton Punch, right. Level 2 unlock. I'm going to have to call that $2,000. Okay, well, cool. I said no one ever. Good news is I've got the money to do it. Let's purchase it. So, I thought you could just select it like we've done everything else. So that's a bit of a surprise to me. The good news is we can just, I guess, switch freely. They're not going to make me buy this, are they? What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why would I? I've already had that. Why would I buy it? What's wrong with these people? What? What? Does that just mean you, like, upgrade the attack? I don't understand this setup at all. That's weird. Get me out of here. Okay, so 17.4, 17.9. We're still there. I'm curious now. That's new, huh? I guess at level 2, you can pay money and upgrade it? Is that what they're telling me? Let's see. Master Boxer. What? Well, this throws everything I'd been doing into the trash can, folks. Frickin' A. I guess that all just appeared. Can you pay more money for that? I mean, how much money do you people want from me? Oh, good grief. So if I press Y here. Oh, glorious day. Well, isn't that splendid? I guess it makes sense to allow you to further expand it, but come on. You know, so yeah, my life just got extremely complicated. Anyway, we have now mastered Megaton, which, oh, we blew it. I upgraded the dumb thing because I thought they were making me buy it. Well, the good news is there's nothing to purchase here, so I'm guessing it is maxed out. What it does in its standard Megaton Punch form, I couldn't tell you because we just completely skipped that. So hopefully, I guess it's the same Megaton Punch with my Earth Brawler. So I guess I'll check it out there. My apologies. Yeah.
For some reason.
Alright, so there's my primary.
At this point, I'm wondering why the bad guys just don't pack up and go home. Well, I'm pretty sure that they all came together. So
What? Oh, and that damage is okay.
I just don't think they have the organizational skills to pull it off.
That's okay. We gotta go. We gotta go. I'm sorry. We gotta return to the map because I've got the Imaginator bonus damage there, and that's a whole nother can of worms. So. Oh my, what have we gotten ourselves into? I'm guessing there's only, I guess, one upgrade per attack, maybe? I don't know. I should have done buckshot first after all that game. So, this is what we've got. It's pretty awesome. I love the sort of frame drop on the screen it creates. 105. So, the Imaginator damage, if you wondered, does 124 more at this level. So 105 for the Megaton, mastered Megaton. I guess that's what we're gonna call it. So Megaton 105. What can we get the critical so I don't have to do math? I'll be doing it in my head anyway. Half of 105 would be 52.5, which is 53. So 158. Can you show me a 158? Come on, buddy. I'm just asking for one. There we go. Finally got that critical we were looking for. So, 158. And the Megaton Punch would be lower than that because this is the fully upgraded mastered Megaton Punch that I didn't know existed until just a few minutes ago. So, level 2, I mean, let's just real quick. We were doing 32 to 48 twice, 40 to 60 twice, 115, 173. Now we're up to 33. Oh, good gravy. You know, I'm thinking that whole level 5 thing is seeming like a good idea right now. That may be what I shoot for. I'm going to go back off camera and I'll get this guy leveled up a bit more and we'll take it in stride and I will come back and we'll just talk about what I've learned in this horrible, horrible, fascinating educational experience. So I shall return.